Giddy up like a spur, I feel like Tim Duncan, yeah. Shorty, she tweaking, she yelling and screaming. Let's get all the fussing, yeah. Let's get all the fussing, yeah. Chasing this demon, ballin' like Tatum.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Got some more 94 feet for you. And we're going to talk about the Lakers. Now, at the time that we're doing this, they're losing to the Cavs right now. So it doesn't really help the first question and what we're going to jump into this. But they've had a really good start to the season. I mean, Cleveland's 4-0, so of all the teams to lose to, not a bad one. And the real first question of the day, Isaac, can the Lakers really keep up this like great pace they started off with for the rest of the season?
If I'm being honest, if they keep up the chemistry playing for each other, and when the season does get tough, like tonight's game possibly, because it gets tough for every team if we're being honest. Like the Celtics are losing tonight. So it gets tough for everybody at some point. As long as they don't start pointing fingers like they have done in the past and they keep it together and try and work through those things. Those first three games, they were playing like a number one seed. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think they'll be all right. They just gotta keep it together and not just point the finger at whose fault it is. Just everyone take accountability for what they got to do and just keep moving forward. They will be fine, definitely.
Yeah, well, one of the main things you did say there, which is why I'm like, I don't think I'm not buying it. The scapegoating, because it's always somebody, and
Yeah,
it's never LeBron. Respectfully, the GM be cooking, and someone's getting scapegoated. The fan bases go to get somebody because they went and got Westbrook. Remember, Westbrook at one point was like the villain of LA. That was fun. Then it was
Westbrook being the
Darvin.
villain of LA though was like we saw what Westbrook was doing. He wasn't doing nothing for them for real. It wasn't totally his fault. And all right, let me fix that up. He was doing something for them, so he shouldn't have been blamed. But we also can't just say LeBron never gets blamed because anytime they lose, people are yelling at LeBron.
Okay, but my thing is like,
AD was injured that year a lot. That was really what I think the
once
problem
again,
was.
let's not act like they did not go after Westbrook and like attack his wife and kids. They full blown made
Those
him.
were the fans that
But
had
okay,
nothing to do with.
yes, I'm talking. Well, yeah, but the
I'm
scapegoating.
talking about yeah. Fans are gonna say what they want. They fans say Jason Tatum ain't ain't a dog, and they say Jaylen Brown isn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Fans are gonna say
so
what they
who?
want. I'm saying the players. They
Oh,
can't. They can't. Players in the team. They need to stay together. That's what
well,
really matters at
man,
the end of the
listen.
day.
First of all, they
The
always
media are gonna
trading
be the
some.
media.
Well, yeah, but they always trade. Well, technically, we are media, so I feel like we can't be like the media's going media, like we
No,
not.
I'm just saying though, like you know what I'm saying?
Partially, but you could say the bigger media because we not no four letter network. I ain't gonna get free no free shout outs, but anyway, the main thing is to me though, this I feel like with the scapegoating of the someone's always getting traded that rising a lot in the last couple of years.
Okay,
Also with Darvin
but
Ham though, like they've
but
blamed coaching. They've always look Mr. Salute. I ain't gonna act like he's an amazing coach, but there's always somebody they're blaming. So I feel like when times get tough, someone's always going to get blamed. And I just assume that cycle is going to happen again. Also, too, though, why I'm like, well, when the losing happens is because Anthony Davis started like this last year. They did this during the in-season tournament, and then Mr. Anthony Data Davis, Mr. Glass himself, he then showed back
wait.
up.
We can't say that about him last season though, because he was still there. He wasn't hooping as efficiently as he was, but he was still playing. He wasn't as injured as he had been in the past.
Okay, well, instead of not
Last year,
okay, instead of not physically showing up, he just didn't show up emotionally, I guess. But basically, the point being, they started off all hot, won the whole in-season tournament, and then they went. Like let's call it like we see it. I mean, they ran and chased that little $500 check that came winning the in-season tournament. And then they were like, "All right, y'all have a good season. We'll see y'all next year." Is what they basically did.
and if I'm
Honestly,
not bugging, they didn't make a lot of moves this offseason besides picking up Bronny and Connect.
no, that's about the most they did. Yeah, because Russell's back, D'Lo, Roy's back, Reeves. So yeah, they did keep a squad. They kept most of their squad this year, which
So
is
that's why
that's
I'm
new for
saying
them.
I think like you can say what you want about Darvin Ham, but I think it was him. I mean, like you can't sit here in front of grown men who their profession is to play basketball, and then say salute. Bro, like, what are we saluting? We down right now. Draw up a play, figure out something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ham
it didn't
was
even.
look.
It didn't
Darvin
make
Ham
no
was
sense.
wild for that. I'm not gonna act like Darvin Ham was not wild for that. I'm not gonna act like that. But
Bro,
all
it
I'm
got to the
saying,
point. Hold on. It got to the point that even Braun was sitting in timeouts, like, give me the clipboard. Just give me the clipboard. Because what else was they gonna do?
look, all I'm saying is though, is someone is always getting scapegoated. And for that fact, I'm assuming history will repeat itself. Also, though, like because of last year, how they showed up and then they start falling apart, I'm going to assume they're going to do that again. That is just me and just my opinion, but I am not buying this at all. Also, too, though, as much as LeBron's look great, that man is 112 in basketball years, and there's no way you can convince me that that man is not going to eventually, his age is going to show. But leading into question two, Isaac, is this man ever going to really actually age?
Honestly, I thought last season he was gonna age. Then we saw the Olympics. Then I thought he was gonna, take a little step back in the beginning of this season. But then we saw the
Yeah.
triple double. I don't think that he's on the path of stepping back at all. Maybe he's not the first option on the team. I think it's more Anthony Davis now, which I think they should have done a while ago. But I don't see Braun taking a step back. It's like the way he takes care of himself mentally and physically, it just shows that he's on a different level. I mean, he's about to be 40. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna age anytime soon. If I'm being real with you, if he wanted to, and I'm just saying if he wanted to, the way he's keeping his body healthy and the way he takes care of himself, he could play another 8 seasons. Is he going to do that? No, he's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't make any sense for him to do that.
It doesn't.
I see him probably playing like another 2, 3 tops.
I'm just at this point, it's almost like it's like flipping a coin. Eventually, it's going to land on the other side of the coin. And I just at this point, you cannot convince me that at some point this man's age is going to show. There's no way Father Time is not going to catch him in some capacity. And you can't convince me that between the Olympics and basically not having a full off season that he's not going to basically blow a tire in like January, February. You can't convince me any different.
I don't even think that's gonna happen. And if something like that does happen where he starts to slow down, his IQ is still there, bro. He can play point guard, and he's still physical enough that he's gonna hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can even come off the bench. Now, I'm not. This is Braun we're talking about. He's probably never gonna come off the bench at all in his career. But if he decided to do that, like they were trying to do that minute restriction thing with him in the beginning of last year, he could do that and still play longer if he wanted to. It's not going to take as much of a toll on his body. Only way for Father Time to really catch up with him for real, is if he has to play 40 plus minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? Like every single game. And I don't think he has to do that as much. Yes, he's still going to be that guy when he's on the floor. But I don't think that he has to do that as much as he used to. You know what I'm saying? This LeBron right now reminds me of when he came back from the Heat onto the Cavs. Now, I don't think that he is at that peak, but IQ wise, he is there.
First of all, that Bron
Athletically,
different.
yeah, I know that Bron was way too different because athletically, it was like he was coming straight off of. You could technically say that was his prime, but people were saying the Heat version of him was his prime. So you could say he was coming. Yeah, it's up for grabs. If I'm being honest, because he won 2 chips in Miami.
I mean, to me, 2013 Braun is probably like the best just soul season that Braun we had. So
I'm gonna be honest, that LeBron in that Celtic series when they have that footage of him looking up doing this.
I'm pretty sure that was 2013. No.
Yeah, that I honestly don't remember what year that was. If it wasn't
Actually,
2013, it was
2012.
2012.
It might have been 12. I know we faced him in 12, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like we faced him in 13 as well, but I can't remember.
It was one of those years. That year.
But like that's why I'm saying like that Heat Braun is probably like the best.
Yeah.
Because if anything, if 2013, if I'm my math does me my like memory does me correct. It had been in 2012 in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then 2013 season, the season that happens right after anyway. So if
Yeah,
anything, that stretch of Bron is like the best version of Bron.
I hear that. The only thing is, I don't know. I still gotta argue that Cavs LeBron when he came back was insane. Like I
No.
ain't never seen
But
nothing
when they
like
call him
that as a player.
Thanos or something,
Yeah, no, literally, like
or
he,
LeBronto, like yeah, that
it was
was
something like that. It was just
there was
he
I
was
think a
literally
couple of
killing
those
everybody, and
nuts.
I feel like we got a glimpse of that when he dropped that triple double in the fourth quarter. I mean, he basically took it into his own hands and was like, "We gonna win this game." So it's like I don't know. He's like a madman on the court. It don't even make no sense.
Nah,
Sometimes I ain't even gonna lie to
it
you.
is it is bananas for sure. I mean, I told you you can't I just at this point you can't consider he's not gonna age, but like the way he's still keeping up at this rate, I
Yeah,
say the longevity of him is bananas. There's no taking that away from him.
yeah, at all.
Of all things, can't take that away. But speaking of things you can take away from LeBron's legacy, championships is something that in that conversation that depending on who you are, depends on how you feel about it. But given how they've started, does a championship cement LeBron's GOAT debate? Like, does it cement his legacy? Does it put the debate to rest?
I'm gonna be
What do
honest
you
with you.
think?
Yes, it would definitely cement it. I think he's the GOAT now. But the fact that he is 40 and still doing what he could do years ago, basically, um, it doesn't make sense to not call him the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I understand the whole championship thing and whatever. I get it. But he's been there how many times? And then you like if you're really looking at his team, like the teams that he's played with in the finals. Yes, when he's won, say whatever about super teams and this, and that. But even when he makes it there, you got to see who he is taking to the finals with him, and you cannot say that he is not the best player. So it's like, yes, if he wins, not even wins, if he makes it to the finals, there is no more debate, bro. He's finna be 40 before the year is over. At the end of December, he's going to be 40 years old. And like, if you want to use that ring thing, cool. But if that's the case, then Bill Russell's the GOAT. Jordan's not even in the conversation. If we, you know what I'm saying. So people want to keep going back and forth with that. I'm not hearing it. Jordan and his time was the greatest player of all time. And if I'm being honest, then came Kobe. If you want to really speak facts on that. So I don't know. And then people say the same thing with Kobe. You don't have the championships. Cool. Individually as a player, I mean, you gotta look at the teams that Kobe was bringing. Yes, with Shaq, I understand, but that stretch after that, you know what I'm not saying these dudes were bad, but he turned them into superstars. And I feel like, it just doesn't make any sense. I feel like skill wise, Kobe and LeBron are both better than Jordan. Fact. And we're just watching what LeBron is doing, so it doesn't make sense to not call him the GOAT, in my opinion. So yes, if he does make it, and if he wins it, I don't want to hear nothing, especially from you. I don't want to hear not a gosh darn thing about Jordan if he wins it. Now, I don't think he's going to win it this year, only because the Celtics are hot right now. Forget about what's happening tonight. They're hot right now, if we're just being honest. And if not, then there's other teams that are hot as well. But if they playing how they're playing in those first 3 games and they go to the finals, he is definitely the GOAT.
All right. I think you can see me cheesing because
Yeah,
I'm
I know you're
just
gonna say some stupid stuff. I can already see it on your
ain't
face.
me stupid, but I've been waiting. So we're gonna have to go back and rebuttal some things I wanted to say. Bill Russell, that's always a fun one you bring up. But once again, I've always told you, you have to basically count the modern era of basketball when they invented three-point line from the
I'm not
year of
hearing it.
1980.
I'm
That is
not
the
hearing
same
it.
game. The game has not
Not
changed
hearing it.
besides different schemes and the increasing of shooting three-pointers since 1980. So we go from there to there. Once
The
again,
game still changed. Am I bugging?
how? Besides they shot more threes, the rules have not changed.
All right, rules haven't changed, but literally everything else in the game is changing. Players are evolving, game plans are evolving.
Once
Bro, like
again,
it's a
sir.
whole different thing. Oh,
Once
and then like I forgot this. The illegal defense rule in Jordan's year. Hold on.
sir,
Am I bugging?
sir,
It
they
was
took out
ISO
hand checking
ball.
to increase scoring. Don't hit me with no
All right, and
ego
now
team
people can
stuff.
get double teamed, and now people can help off defense, and they can play zone and stuff like that.
Yeah, and now when you sit there and put a hand on somebody's chest, it's a foul at all time of day. You can't even put your hand out without someone swiping like this. That's why James Harden averaged 40 in the season.
And they changed that. There's certain things you still can't do. Why do you think James Harden sunk so fast? Am I bugging? No. Am I
Anywho,
bugging? Am I bugging? Am I bugging?
yeah, clearly, because they had realized how outrageous it got.
Oh,
Now,
bro.
once again, it's crazy because I gave you your time in the sun, did no rebuttals. Here you go, cut me off. Come on, man. Let me get my little 5 minutes and stuff. But hey, Bill Russell, once again, I've always told you, to me, the modern era of basketball from 1980 to now. So first it would have been Magic, and then it was Jordan. A. B, the championship thing. I've always told you this. Actually, no, we'll go one before that. The super team thing. If anybody dare try to tell me the '08 Celtics started super teams, you're wilding because they did it through trades and signing. They did it trades, no signing, just trades and drafting. If you look at every other super team before that, it was trades and drafting.
Wait, so just because they got traded to draft it doesn't make them a super team?
Well, it's because they didn't have it wasn't their own volition. Once again, you got to think. If anything, Kareem goes to LA. Magic wasn't even drafted yet. Magic gets drafted, they trade, they draft James Worthy, right? First super team. The Bulls, they drafted those guys.
Yeah, no,
Horace
fair.
Grant. If anything, then Dennis Rodman signs. That's about the most signing you get. Celtics traded. Shaq signs there. Then they draft Kobe. Well, they traded to draft Kobe. The Heat team was the first team where a bunch of people were like, we should team up and huddle with their friends. Basically, in a sense, collusion. That's the first time NBA players decided to collude and build a team. Now, I'm not saying I'm not for player empowerment, but let's call it like we see it. This is the first time a bunch of people were like, we should team up with our friends. Now, granted, Kevin Durant in Golden State made that thing look a lot better when you leave your friend to join your enemies. But let's not pretend that he's not the first person to be like, oh, let's just start teaming up with people and using free agency to build these teams and manufacture super teams. He started that. Now, the championship debate. To me, he needs a championship, if anything, to pass Jordan for the sheer fact of, once again,
Bro, get out of here.
no. See, I didn't give no interruptions to you and all
All
the
right, talk. Jesus.
sir. As much as you were talking about, he got there how many times? At the end of the day, what is the goal at the end of the day when you step on the basketball court?
Obviously, the goal is to win it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sir,
if you can't even get a shot at getting there,
sir, sir,
am I wrong?
sir. Do we ever talk about Elgin Baylor and Bill Russell's era? Do we ever talk about Jerry West and Bill Russell's era like that? No. You know why? Because until Bill Russell retired, they did nothing but play second place and lose.
I mean, we can't say we don't talk about Jerry West. He's literally the logo for the NBA.
Yes. And Jerry West got his in the 70s after Bill retired. And also, if he was not the logo, we would not be entertaining that man whatsoever. Let's be so real.
All right.
So, the main thing here, winning matters. So yeah, you got there 10 times, but you only won 4 times.
Yeah.
Once again, Charles Barkley is clowned daily for not winning. Think about that. Now, I'm not talking about man's off the court, but Karl Malone this legacy is tainted by not winning. Once again, ignore the off court. He's wrong for what he did. That's not the conversation here. That's the main thing here. Winning. You colluded a whole team, and your first crack at it, what happens, Isaac?
Yo, if you say anything about this Jason Terry thing, bro,
I don't even have because you know what I'm gonna say.
nah, cause you say it every single time.
Because you can't. That should never be forgiven.
Congrats.
You collude and you get outscored by a man who's never made an all-star team.
Congrats. There's honestly no excuse for them in that, other than they didn't gel well together that first year. It was cool that they made it, but they only made it because of their roster, if we're being honest. So I'll give you that. But we still not gonna sit here and act like this man isn't the greatest individual player to play the game of basketball, DJ.
He's second. He's second.
No, because the thing is, and this is another reason why I say it. Yes, he didn't win, but look at the teams that he is bringing. If Jordan was on any other team, all right, cool.
Congratulations.
And he also brought freaking Ilgauskas and whoever the hell else was on that team.
Okay.
Which he got swept by the Spurs, but cool, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense,
bro. Sir.
If Jordan was on a team that was trash,
86, he plays 4 Hall of Famers. LeBron played them in the finals, 4 Hall of Famers. Jordan at least got a game off the 86 Celtics. You face them. So how are you getting past 4 Hall of Famers to then go see Magic and the Lakers in the finals? You don't. Right? He faces 4 Hall of Famers 2 rounds earlier. That's why we don't talk about Jordan carrying Orlando Woolridge.
Well, because the thing is, he wasn't able to do it.
He scored 63.
And fucking lost.
What other carry job do you want from the man? Versus the 86 Celtics. You have a legit Hall of Fame starting lineup. But
bro, we was no. We were just talking about wait. We were just talking about Jokic scoring 40 and the Denver Nuggets are in trouble because no one's there to help him.
Yes. But you're saying Jordan couldn't carry them to the finals. No, because he faced the finals.
He didn't get there.
He didn't because he faced the team that won the finals 2 years early.
My thing is LeBron at least got there.
Literally, though, you hear yourself. Jordan faced the team that won the championship 2 rounds earlier. How are you going to get past them in the finals if you faced them 2 rounds earlier? If LeBron had a carry job like that in the West versus Spurs in the first round, he's getting swept in the first round, not the finals. And it's not as revered. But instead, he got past Gilbert Arenas, who's better at podcasting than he was a basketball player, basically.
I hope he hears that. I'm
sorry. Gil does more yapping off the court now than he did on the court. Respectfully. Look, no disrespect to Agent Zero, but it was Washington. It was him and Deshaun Stevenson and Antoine Jameson. That's who LeBron had. The only team you could argue LeBron had was a Pistons team who pretty much prided themselves on getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing after shocking the world in 2004. Because the person the young guy who already put them out the year before was Dwayne Wade in 2006. Dwayne Wade did the thing already. LeBron comes and does it a year later. But he's revered for getting swept. When Jordan did the same thing, but faced a team that won 2 rounds earlier. Come on now. So to me,
I don't know why you flinched at the computer like that.
I'm just because come on, no, if you lean forward, I'm lean forward. Come on, this is crazy out here. So to me, if he's trying to actually pass Jordan, in my mind, yes. Because once again, if you look at Jordan's scoring pace, if Jordan would have played, his whole career, didn't go play baseball and all these extra retirements, and he was cool with Jerry Krause, and they didn't fire Phil Jackson, he'd have been putting up 40,000 just like LeBron would have had.
Was he really though?
Yes.
So all that outside noise is why he didn't. Why not just go to another team and do that?
He retired because he was not trying to go play anywhere. Then he goes to the Wizards after. It's a whole thing. But in a world where he just plays 20 years through, he's doing the same stuff scoring-wise LeBron has.
I don't think that's true.
Scoring-wise, yes. Not other stats. I'll give you the assist and the rebound. Scoring-wise, he's on pace.
No.
Yes, he's literally been on pace. Yes.
What year did he retire from the Wizards? How old?
He retired in 2003 at 40. He literally had the 20-year thing. And remember, he didn't start at 18, so technically he was probably a little older than that.
Okay, that's fair. But
that 20-year gap.
What was LeBron playing average for points? What was his average for points?
Let's go basketball reference it right now. Because I
just want to know that because Bron in year 22. Last year, how much was he averaging? Jordan wasn't doing that. So
Jordan averaged 20. Final year, he averaged 20.
And how much was LeBron averaging last year?
I mean, yeah, he averaged more, but you also got to think of all those years where LeBron put up 23 and Jordan was putting up 30. Oh, LeBron averaging 25. This year, he's averaging 20.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging 20 at age 40. Jordan, at age 39, was averaging 20. So, yeah, basically at this point, he'd been the same year as Jordan.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna save this for another video because I ain't even trying to get too deep into that Jordan and LeBron debate.
Well, yeah. At this point, folks, we've veered off the path. At the end of the day, we'll close it out real quick, Isaac. Just a yes or no. Do you think that Lakers can actually win a championship this season? Even on a championship conversation.
It's possible, but I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said earlier, they are not gonna win it. If they do make it, it's gonna be a passing of the torch, and he's just gonna give the torch to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
I put it like this then. Do you think they can get out the West?
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's very possible. They got to play like they were playing in those first 3 games, and not how they're playing tonight. I don't even know what the score.
Well, actually, you know what's funny? I just got a score update and a text. We got a text from Pops. They've tied the game up and they're in overtime. So look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Go Celtics, huh? At the end of the day,
I wasn't even talking about the Celtics. I was talking about the Lakers. They lost.
Oh, they lost. But
by 24.
But at the end of the day,
gracious.
Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and not pretend anything isn't possible, but I'm not buying the Lakers show.
I mean, I understand why you're not giving in yet, but JJ Redick knows what he's doing, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
I think he really is the player coach, you know?
I'll give you that.
So I feel like we're going to see, because Jason Kidd is another one who I think is good. It's just, I feel like JJ Redick a little better.
Okay. Honestly,
coach,
depending on how this turns out, I'll give you that. We'll see.
I think he might be able to. It's his first season, so they make the playoffs and get a valid seed and at least make it to the second round, possibly conference finals. He'll be smooth. He'll know exactly what to do to get past that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, honest to goodness, only time will tell.
Facts.
But the only thing time won't tell is how great this podcast is. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, hit those bells and wings things down below. As I like to say, ain't no way like the Harden way, y'all. Peace.